I'm ImmaDreygon, and this special's got this cute little gimmick. I like it a lot. Some background for those who aren't in the know, or refreshers for those who have seen the show. This show details the Powerpuff Girls. 3 super children, they save the world. It's full of ideas and much clever wit, but for now I guess I'll get on with it. 'Twas the fight before Christmas, and all through the land, not a creature was stirring except for one man still driving and striving as fast as he can. The sun has gone down and the moon has come up, but long ago somebody left with the cup. But he's driving and striving, and I'm sad to admit that this joke is over and you won't get to hear it. He's going the distance! He's going for speed! But seriously though, we start with narration. 2 days till Christmas, but still no vacation?
Yes, it is Christmas, just 2 days before. And all through the town, none can wait anymore.
The girls are at school, discussing their hopes, when they're interrupted by this evil dope. Princess wants just one thing in this world. Every time it is...
to be a Powerpuff Girl! Don't hold your breath.
Blossom replies, for Princess is mean, not a good guy. They recount her sins, just one at a time.
You bought the city and legalized crime?
Princess responds,
And your point is?
a scoff and a sneer from this ignorant Ms.
Hold your horses!
The kids all go home, Princess to her car, and then with her driver, she verbally spars.
I'm not naughty, am I?
Well, I'll... Oops! Seems my finger has slipped.
This scene is golden, please rest assured. It just doesn't fit with this pattern of words.
You're breaking up. I'm going through a tunnel. I'll be later.
No, we're not! I'm in the car, you twit!
Bedtime approaches, she goes to the closet, but all that she finds are mineral deposits. Upon learning that all she earned was just coal, she plans out a trip to the northernmost pole. Back to our girls, they decorate. But the night before, that seems far too late. The scene's pretty cute, but just kind of filler. Nothing much happens, but at the Arctic Pillar, Princess works hard to make sure she's missed, as she sneaks on through to peek at the list. Something you might notice, I think it worth mention. This scene and most physics are in heated contention. She's here in the corner, we see her sweat drop, then straight to room center it lands with a plop. And she would not get any traction here. She'd fall to the floor and land on her rear. She checks the nice first to see what is up, and as she scans through,
Bubbles, Blossom, Buttercup.
she's not on the nice list, that gets her goat. Instead she is on this post-it note. She switches the list from naughty and nice. And goddamn, this brat has a heart cold as ice. Santa arrives and Bubbles awakens to see what he left during his break-in. But there are no gifts or treats to be had, just coal in her stocking, which makes Bubbles sad. She checks her sisters and friends to observe their fates. Like her, only coal and cookies on plates. And every house has the same kind of cookies. Come on, animators, you guys aren't rookies. She runs back home to tell both her sisters, but it turns out they're selective listeners.
Bubbles, you should know better. No wonder you got coal in your stocking.
Her monologue's great, I like it a lot.
Me and Octi were dancing with pirates in a pond when a man in a gorilla suit started yelling. So I woke up, but there weren't any presents under the tree. Just ornaments hanging, like that cute little shoveling snowman one, which is really my favorite because it's funny that a snowman would be shoveling snow when he's made of snow.
It's a derailing train of quite bizarre thought.
Oh, really? Then why don't me and Blossom have coal in our stockings? You do!
Her sisters ask questions, Bubbles moves her head, and these sound effects I'm starting to dread. With every small movement, it gives a slight squeak, and every fiber inside me is wanting to shriek.
Buttercup I can understand, but me? Hey!
You stone cold bitch.
We better find Santa and set this straight. Ho! 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 Let's go!
To Santa they fly in the midnight hour, when Princess arrives with newly found powers. She rambles on with her usual spiel.
Santa realized that I was the only truly nice kid in the whole world, and that you were naughty for not giving me what I want!
This glance between them. Is this chick for real? The girls all race up north with great speed to see whose side of the story's believed. Action set pieces, they're into the fray. But unfortunately, they're only okay. It's visually good, except for this water, but the girls go solo like lambs to the slaughter. Some minor cliches that I can forgive, but they don't fight like they're relatives. The things that are tried aren't really too grand, so the whole action scene ends up feeling quite bland. Except this last snowball that Buttercup threw. It suddenly works coming out of the blue.
I can't believe that worked.
At Santa's workshop, they break all the stuff. But Santa has said that he's had enough.
Ho, ho, ho! What's with all the crashing and the smashing and the smashing and the crashing?
Every child was bad, and so he is pissed.
You're wrong.
Oh, I am, huh?
And he invites the girls to come check the list.
Yeah, check it!
The girls insist there must be a mistake. Then Princess starts whining, that horrible snake.
They're jealous because I'm nicer, I'm smarter, and I'm prettier, and I'm better than them, so they wouldn't let me be a Powerpuff Girl! That makes them naughty!
You mean the Powerpuff Girls?
Santa begins to see through the illusion. Then Princess continues her unwanted intrusion. The tantrum she throws is quite legendary.
I'll tell my daddy! And he'll come and build a parking lot over this cheap, little, arts and crafts popsicle stand of yours! Because I am better than them! And it says so right here!
Then Santa chimes in with his own commentary. Santa's a badass, he's made it quite clear. He tears up the list, grabs her by the ear.
You have gone and worked my last nerve. You are so rotten, so despicable, so naughty. I'm putting you on the permanent naughty black!
Hold up a second, let's look at this. Who's up there on the perma-naughty list? It references two writers, and the creator, and a different name for that German dictator. And with her addition, she flees Santa's lair. He removes her powers, and she falls through the air.
Wow, Santa! We didn't know you could give kids superpowers for Christmas!
No one's ever asked.
With the North Pole in havoc, he can't give his gifts. So he asks the girls to give them a lift. They deliver the gifts before Christmas morn, then respond to the professor's excitement with scorn.
Professor, it's too early! We'll open presents later. Go back to bed.
Realizing this response is misplaced,
Wait a minute! What are we saying? Who cares if we're tired?
they then fly downstairs and celebrate post-haste. This special's not perfect, there's things that it lacks, but the writing is great and quite power-packed. The jokes are quite funny and all of them good, and not just for those still in childhood. The art's a bit more than the rest of the show, but the CGI water, that's got to go. The girls all get their moment to shine, each with an assortment of well-written lines. Princess was a nice choice of adversary. Her spoiled persona works, it's not arbitrary that they should choose her for the Christmas event. She had no idea of what Christmas meant. Overall, it's a good way to partake in the season, or whenever really, for any such reason.
'Cause he's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in a time of need.
And with that, I am off to celebrate offline. Oh, by the way, a channel update next time.